Welcome to the Sabrina Marie Show. I'm your host, Sabrina Merriman. It is wonderful to be on the set of the Sabrina Marie Show. And guess what, guys? We're in Maryland. We have took the show on the road. Well, today I have a wonderful guest, and I'm so excited to interview her today to bring out what she has to offer in her business, and her name is Leslie Jacob. Welcome, Leslie.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you're here with me today. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited about your business and what you have to tell the world, what you can offer to them. Are you excited?
I'm very nervous.
It looks like it, but you don't have to be nervous with me, because not only are you a business friend, but you are a friend as well. So you can be comfortable. So Leslie, I did take the opportunity to go over your bio and your website. And I did notice that you had two different businesses names on there. There was the Jacob Agency, and then there were Lady Diamond Entertainment. Could you take the opportunity to break down your companies for us?
Sure. I get that question a lot, actually. The Jacobs Agency is my umbrella company. And the Jacobs Agency hosts different businesses, because I don't do just one thing. So Lady Diamonds is the promotional brand of the Jacobs Agency.
Okay.
The Lady Diamonds is a team of women, and we host events throughout New York City, women empowerment events. We have children events. We did something called the Ultimate Play Date, where we had an event where you brought your children to the party. And it was a day party, and the children had activities and things to do, and then the adults had activities and things to do, because doing parties and having things, you leave your kids home, and you don't always want to promote that. So that was something. We did a talent show. We gave away a couple of $1,000.
Awesome.
It was amazing. That's the Lady Diamond brand. And then,
so Lady Diamond basically puts on different events.
yes.
Okay.
And we work with different artists, DJs.
So you work with celebrity artists as well as regular people, layman people?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome.
We've had Little Kim.
Kim is big to us.
Yes.
You worked with me before. And you did an amazing job, I must say.
Nice. We do. We focus really on the old school artists, because that's our era. And that's the crowd that we target. That's the audience that we target. So we focus more on the old school artists. That would be the Lady Diamonds brand. Then I have Ultimate Soul Escape, which is a team of professionals, and we bring a couple of hundred people out of the country every year.
Ooh.
And we've traveled to Aruba, Jamaica,
Nice.
Costa Rica, St. Lucia. Every year we go to a different destination.
I did notice something that you said to me before. She said, I bought out the entire hotel. I bought out the entire plane. That's big dog status.
Yes, and it's pretty scary, because you sign this contract, and what I did was I bought all the seats before I sold them.
I know that it takes a lot of courage and a lot of risk to cross over that as an entrepreneur, when you're putting out your own money to go ahead and fund a whole plane and a whole entire hotel in a foreign country. That's a big deal. How do you give the advice to a new entrepreneur who's working on their brand and to venture out just like you, or in the era of what you're doing? How do you get that courage to do something like that? Where did that come from?
I honestly believe that you have an entrepreneurial spirit, and it is within you, and you just take it and you run with it. And part of being an entrepreneur is you don't know how far you can go. When I started doing the trips, I partnered with someone, and they did the international part of it, and I did all of the management and organizing and contracts and so forth. And as I evolved with the business, I started learning, that my partner wasn't, on the up and up. And
that gotta be scary.
It was really scary. I had a really bad experience with that. And what I did was I was going to just bow out of doing the trips altogether because I had so many other things going on. And then I decided that I was going to just, you know what, I started this. I have people that like to travel, and with my trips, you're able to make payments.
Oh,
And
so you make it affordable for the regular person
yes.
to be able to participate in your events as well. That's
Right.
awesome.
So you lay away your flight, you lay away the hotel, and I mean, literally they're making payments of $35 a week, $100 a month from August to May.
You hear that, guys? So when you hear about a Lady Diamond event that's coming up, she definitely have payment plans available. So there's no reason that you can't participate. She makes it where you can participate in all her events. That's awesome. Tell us a little bit more about the agency.
So another umbrella under the Jacobs Agency is the Opulent Goods and Luxury Services. So what we do is I have sold jewelry, diamonds, tennis bracelets, rings, things like that, and also fur coats, shearlings, leathers. Something else that, you know, low and middle income folks are not privy to. So I do those on consignment sometimes. I do layaway. So I have built a reputation of being able to offer these high-end services and goods and things that wouldn't normally be accessible to our people.
Absolutely.
With you know, being able to make payments and layaway and you know, as I build the relationships with folks, I do consignment where they'll take the coat, they'll take the jewelry, they're wearing them around, and they're making payments for the rest of their life.
Wow, that's amazing. So how do you you know, take it back if they miss a couple of payments? How does that work?
You know, I'm not going to say any names, but there is a rapper. I had to repo. I did. I had to repo jewelry.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did.
So how long have you been in business?
I have, you know, I was in business before I knew I was in business. I was in high school, and we planned a bus ride. And then we planned a ski trip, and then we did weekend getaways. And before I knew it, I was in business because I was doing things that pulled people together, and I was able to generate an additional source of revenue, which being younger, yeah, as a single parent.
And I say that as well because it's definitely have to be in you. I think I started at 10 years old, and it started off with me making little pillows and taking pencils and taking them into the neighborhood and trying to sell them door to door. So I think that it's in you at a young age, and you can kind of see it in your kid
Yes.
too at a young age.
Yes.
That is awesome. Well, tell me about your company goals. Where are you trying to go?
You know, that's a good question.
How big do you want to see it? Or do you want to see it big? Or do you want more employees? Because you do have employees, I noticed that you have. You have a whole staff. She has a whole staff.
That's one of the benefits, is that you're able to provide an avenue for other folks to make money and, you know, have notoriety and build their own.
Economic development, I love it.
I would like to be able to take the Jacobs Agency on a national level. You know, one umbrella with the trips, we travel internationally, but I just want to build out. I want to be able to just broaden what we do and take it on more of a national level.
Okay, that's awesome. She wants to go to a more national level. So what's so unique about your business? What's so unique? What makes you stand out above the rest amongst other companies that does entertainment, that does marketing and branding? Like, what makes you so special? Because there's something definitely special about her, because anything that she touches turns to gold. So there's something about you, something about that aura.
Well, I would definitely say one of the things that's very important to me is building relationships. And in business, it's not always about making money. It's about building relationships and being able to provide folks with a good experience. And that for me is my first priority.
That's amazing.
It is my first priority.
I think that's longevity in entrepreneurship in general, that you're concerned more about, not so much concerned so much more than yourself, but more about what you're providing to others and making them happy. And I feel like whatever's going to come back to you is going to come back great and good because of your good intentions in the beginning. Some people get into entrepreneurship and their whole mindset is, I'm going to make all this money and it's all about me and I'm just going to build just for me and my legacy, but they're not thinking about the services or anything that they're providing to the people, or care about what they want. In a matter of fact, or like if there's a return or something, if something broke or they didn't like something, you know, to get it fixed or anything like that. But there's something about you that attracts people to you. You know, you had a birthday party, a 50th birthday party. It was amazing, amazing, amazing. So much on the level that I love. And you did such a wonderful job. It was an experience that you gave all of us. It was an experience from the time we pulled into the event, you know, from the time we got out of valet parking and walking inside and the beauty of it. And you had a full house. You had a full house. That shows that people love you. That shows that people care for you.
I appreciate that. And you know what was different about that event is I promoted it and never told anyone where the venue was.
Right.
So no one knew until a day or two before where
Absolutely.
they were going. So that, you know, while again stepping out on faith was a scary thing to do, it made me feel, and I've just got chills thinking about it, because it made me feel good because people believe in me enough to know I'm going to pay $100 and something for a ticket and I don't have any clue where I'm going.
Because your reputation exceeds itself.
Right.
You know, that means that you're not trying to get over on people.
Right.
You're not trying to rob people. You have a great reputation. They know exactly who you are and you're going to provide good services. So that's a lot of trust. And so that goes back into time that you've been into the business. You built up that reputation. I did take the time to go through your website and I noticed that you had multiple businesses on there. Could you take out the opportunity to tell us about the services that you provide?
Yes, Sabrina, it's funny you say that because I get that question a lot. I have a plethora of services that I provide, and I've broken them down into 4 companies under the Jacobs Agency umbrella.
4 companies, wow.
So it would be Lady Diamonds, which is our event planning and promotion. Ultimate Soul Escape, which is our travel group, where we take a couple of hundred people out of the country every year internationally. It would be the Opulent Services and Goods, where I have jewelry, fur coats, high-end items. And lastly would be the Graphics and Marketing, where I create flyers. I help small to medium businesses get their services off the ground. I work with funeral homes with obituaries and printing and those kind of things. So that's the breakdown of the Jacobs Agency.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. But I think that it's so great because you have such a great team and you offer assistance with people who need work. You offer economic development for the neighborhood, different things of that nature. That's wonderful. You do a lot and you have a great team of people that's helping you. Now, I know some of this come with adverse effects. You have had clients that has been nightmares or anything that has happened to make you say, oh my God, what am I doing? And what have you learned from it? And why haven't it had taken you out where you say, I'm never doing this again?
You know, I actually may say that in a moment sometimes, but you know, you deal with all kinds of folks, you know, and the thing is, there's going to be pros and cons with that, with whatever you do. And for me, I like to be able to offer and provide services and different things to folks that it would not normally be accessible to. So there's going to be a nightmare situation in everything you do, which goes to relationships, friendships, You know, you kiss a lot of frogs before you find your prince.
Oh, I like that. I like that. You work really well with me. You work well with a personality like mine, a personality who feels like she's a perfectionist and she wants everything to be right, and I'm a very detailed person. So I look at every aspect so nothing can go unturned or anything like that. How is it to work with a personality like mine? Because I know that it could be very difficult, and you did really well with that.
I appreciate that. You know, when you work with someone that has a high standard, when you work with someone that is a boss, it just helps you step your game up to make sure that you're able to make that person happy and make that person satisfied. And you were demanding, but you were demanding in a great way because you knew exactly what you wanted, which helped me spearhead what I had to do.
You know, and I want to say that she was able to put on a great 50th birthday party for my husband. You did such an amazing job, and I needed a break, and she had the bulk of the work. So I dipped out of Virginia and went to Mexico for a couple of days. And something was going on. I was having a great time, but this woman never called me when I was in Mexico to tell me any bad news to ruin my trip. When I got back, that's when I had found out that some things had went on that we needed to fix. But I was okay. I was okay with it because she was doing such an amazing job with everything else that it didn't seem like a big deal to me, which was a big deal for her.
Yes.
But when she gave it to me, it wasn't a big deal. So I really appreciate that. That's amazing. So you entrepreneurs, pay attention to that kind of things when you're working with clients. You don't want to take them a bunch of negative information until you have a solution for the problem.
Exactly.
Because we don't want to hear anything unless you have something good to say behind it. Well, Leslie, it's been awesome talking to you. You definitely offer some great services all around the world, not just in New York City, because I'm from Virginia and she handled me perfectly. But I want you to tell people how could they reach you. Can you give them your social media information and your website?
Sure. You can find me at www.thejacobsagencynyc.com. You can call me at 833-JACOBS1, and you can find me on social media at Lady Diamonds NYC or the Jacobs Agency.
Thank you, Leslie, for taking out this opportunity to talk to me and tell me more about your business. And thank you for bringing it to the audience. I'm sure if they have more questions, they'll be able to reach you on your social media site or be able to call you.
Yes.
And I saw something that they could sign up on your website. They
Yes.
can a mailing list.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. So make sure you get in contact with Leslie Jacobs for all your entertainment needs or any other needs that you have, because she has a whole umbrella of things that she offers. Thank you for tuning in to the Sabrina Marie Show. See you soon, and remember, never let them see you sweat.